Smack Little Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Now, I don't know if this is a concentrated effort, if these niggas done called a huddle, or if it's coincidental, but it seemed like everybody going there on Snoop Dogg. I was sliding through the YouTube streets, so let me hit the LBC, and now it's somebody reporting that even Warren G got problems with the SNOOP. So with no further ado, we finna see what they say. Warren G, and now Snoop Dogg, and now Warren G wrap it up too. This shit crazy.
Nation of Podcation Daily Podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Hip hop super producer and legend Warren G talks about his issues with Snoop Dogg, talks about his issues with Dr. Dre, and tells the real reason why Dr. Dre kicked him out of the Super Bowl and just had 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J, and Kendrick Lamar up there with him during the Super Bowl. Now, as we all know, Warren G and Dr. Dre, they like half brothers, step brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like in real life type stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he's the one that brought Snoop Dogg to Dr. Dre.
Deep that that's the case, and his family feuding, and then Daz and Snoop is family, and his family feuding. But that's what they say long ago. You don't mix business with family or business and friends. Something like that. Maybe both.
And that's where they got their relationship, you know what I'm saying? But over the last few years, there's been some turmoil between Snoop and Warren G. There's been some issues between Warren G and Dr. Dre. It's crazy, crazy work because Warren G is such a humble dude. He's such a chill dude. And all he does is go in there and work. And there was an interview that Snoop Dogg just did recently where he was talking about, you know, how he didn't bring Warren G around Death Row Records, and why not? I mean, if he introduced you to Dr. Dre, why not have him up there in the studio helping out with the albums and stuff like that? That's wild, wild work. But anyway, let's take a look at this clip from Warren G as he talks about his issues with Snoop, as he talks about his issues with Dre, and how he felt about being kicked out of the Super Bowl that they did a couple years ago. Let's tune in.
I don't want to get into that mode on foes because I go hard. And I don't want to get there, you know, everybody else like, boy, you so nice, you so cool. But I get off in the motherfucker ass, I just don't choose to go that route. And I don't like to argue with motherfuckers and you know, do all that extra shit. I'm just like, I'm gonna let this dude speak for me. Motherfuckers know though. I mean, you know, I ain't gonna sit up there and fight the motherfucking game. I'm cool, but and I should have been more active, yeah, vocal and active. But it's just like, you know, I've seen so many people do foul shit to a lot of people, a lot of guys. Like, you know, I just seen motherfuckers talk shit about Drake, motherfuckers talk shit about Snoop, and then their asses right up under 'em. You know, I ain't that type of motherfucker. You know, I ain't gonna talk about these motherfuckers and then get in their face. If I got something to say to them, I say it to them. And yeah, I did talk about the Super Bowl shit. I was pissed off. You know, it just wasn't cool, and you know, it wasn't like something that.
Man, you gotta learn to lack desire, be in places you don't have the control, whether you're there or not. I don't care how good it look. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be nowhere that I have to be invited that the invitee don't want me there. I don't give a fuck where you think it's at. You gotta be content with the reality you created for yourself and never allow another motherfucker to be able to cause you to feel disappointed because you to get an invite to a motherfucking thing.
I just brought up and did this and did that. It was a whole story to it that led up to that. And it was a witness there. One of my guys, he went on crew. He was sat right next to me. He was even tripping. And he got down there and went back in, and I'm still in the fucking crowd. Wow. But I just wanted to go back there and hang out, me and my son. That was it. I don't.
But now that you hear the story and you understand how it is, and
The fact that y'all was so close and you understand why. Because people, I don't think a lot of people necessarily do. Did you speak to Dre? Or Snoop? I question about Snoop. Did you speak to Dre after that? Yeah, I ain't talked to him. Now, I done reached out to talk to him a few times. But he always would be busy. You know, I mean, I ain't got nothing against him. It means he got nothing. I don't know if was right there. I didn't even see. I was focused on doing what I had to do. But y'all don't have the best relationship. I don't even know what kind of relationship we have. I ain't seen him in a while. We ain't talked in a while, or hung out. I ain't got nothing against him, but I don't know if there's a problem or not. I don't know. Was this something I ain't never done? Was this something that got you out to this point, though? I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know if somebody might live. Oh,
That's what you feel. You might be right. I just went through that with Smack It and then from back on Fig, bro. Same scenario. A bitch nigga was whispering behind my back, exposing some bullshit as whatever. I don't know if it was actually me who said whatever is alleged, or if he just exposed my portion out of context. But it's some whole shit irregardless. That's crazy.
motherfuckers are doing it just to get up under a person. They'll say, well, he did it or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I ain't tripping either at the same time, I ain't got nothing against it, but that shit just was kind of weird, when I look up to you and, that's my guy still. Like I said, that's my sensei. Um, and we could sit down and talk whenever face to face, and put it all out there. And if it's something that I did and I was wrong, um, hey, it is what it is. Okay, I was wrong. You don't want to fuck with me no more. That's fine. Cool. But being in the blind and not knowing what's going on, I don't know. But because that's what it seemed like. To me, it seemed like it may be a problem, but it just felt like a problem in my own boy. I love that nigga to death. That's my dog. He said, I don't bring shit to work with me. That's totally different. I don't think he was talking about me. It's okay. It was the yeah. I don't think he was talking about me as far as me being shit coming with him to go to the studio or wherever to work. That's all we ever did was get out and go to the studio together. You know, go up there. We have fun. That's it. What no. So just clearing that. Snoop is my homeboy. I have no problems with Dre. This my best friend. You two guys, y'all hang out. This my best friend. Bishop, and this is my brother. Uh, it just be weird.
It's crazy for these type of dynamics and within these type of relationships to play out online instead of behind the scenes. Like, that's crazy to me.
And and when I say weird, as far as it's like, we don't go out to eat together no more. We don't do family shit where we get the kids out and do shit like that, go jet skiing or go skiing. It ain't about like some music shit or this, that, and this. This ain't out like we used to. I don't know nobody else. You are the motherfuckers I grew with in this industry. I ain't. That's it. It ain't. That's it. Just it's hanging out.
And I'm not sitting around missing no man, hanging, none of that. Better find you something to cling to, create something to cling to if you can't find it, bro. That's called growing up, man. Niggas talking about hanging out, man. Get your money, let's get rich and we'll kick it. You wasn't listening, my nigga. Shit, Pop told you what it was. They done made it to that point. That's up to keep up.
It's, like being a crew again, a family again. I'm just that's it. Warren, it's okay to say I miss you.
Don't let him play you like that. But that's how you feel. I miss you. It's just how I come across. Weak as fuck. But nigga's biggest hit was about getting robbed. And I need who could have ever thought you could make that into a hit and turn it into a G-ass song about being a victim of a robbery? So maybe that's just a side of Warren G that's always been there. We can see he got some genius in him, but he got that fluffy side too.
All right, Nation, there you have it. So I got mad respect for Warren G there.
Homeboy tagged this channel in the beginning. If you want to hear the rest of his commentary, you could go on over there. I don't understand how this shit play out online. How a grown-ass man could be online talk about, I want to spend more time with another grown-ass man. I wouldn't give a oh, my mama.
Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Like in that hustling. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.